So guys, in the previous part we installed React Native CLI and created our first project in React Native. And in this tutorial we are gonna work practically on React Native. But before that, as we are gonna work on native code using React Native, we have to set some environment path variables. And also, as we are gonna work on Android, so we have to get the SDK for Android. And to get the SDK for Android, we have to install the Android Studio. Okay. Now all you have to do is just open up your browser and then type in Android Studio and then hit enter. Here you can find the link to the official site of Android Studio. Click on it and download the Android Studio, and you will get the latest version of Android Studio. Click on download Android Studio and install it, and it's simple. Just run the installer and then next and then finish. I have already installed it, so I'm not gonna do it again. And also one important thing, as you can see the official documentation of React Native, you can see when you will be installing Android Studio, it will prompt you to select an installation type, and when it will prompt you, just choose a custom setup. Okay, and once you select it, make sure to select these boxes: Android SDK, Android SDK platform, performance, Android virtual device. These are compulsory, but if you forget to do this, you can also do it again in the Android Studio once it is installed, and I will show you how to do it. Okay, and now we have to set the environment path variable. Open the search box of your Windows and type in environment variables. Here I get the option, click on it, and here you can see environment variables. Click on new and come back to the official site of React Native. Here you can see variable name should be Android home. Okay, now variable name should be Android home, and variable value will be this c/users, and instead of Harmos it will be your system name. As in my case it is Muhammad Ahmad, and in your case it will be your system name. So instead of Harmos, write it as your system name, and then app data, local, Android, and SDK, and it is the default location where the SDK is installed by Android Studio. And the latest SDK is installed by Android Studio by default. You don't have to worry to install it manually. Okay, now once you are done with it, just click on OK, and you will see like this. Okay, and now click on new again. For variable name, type in java underscore home, and for variable value, just write this. Okay, okay, cancel, and you will see like this. Okay, now cancel it. Now we have to make some changes from the Android Studio. And guys, remember one important thing: every new version of Android Studio comes with the new interface, and at the time of this tutorial I have this type of interface. Okay, and just search the appearance and behavior, and in this version I have it here, and you will see like this: appearance and behavior. Just click on appearance and behavior, and then system settings. Come down to the Android SDK and make sure to check Android 9.0 okay, and all will be blank, and just check this one, and you can ignore these three or four. Just click Android 9.0 into pi, and then comes to the SDK tools, and make sure to check all these boxes. These are compulsory. Okay, and some of these are like Intel, this, and Android SDK tools. These are what I was saying. If you forget to check these boxes, you can check them here. Okay, check all these boxes and then come back, check these four boxes, and then click apply. And what it will do, it will download and install all the stuff you have just checked, and install them manually. Sorry, install them automatically. You don't have to worry about them to install them manually. And then okay. Okay, now everything is done. You have created the first project in React Native. You have set the path variables, and all you have to do is just find a data cable and connect your mobile phone with the system. And one important thing, to enable the developer option, as I mentioned in the previous lecture. Okay, so go ahead and enable the developer option and connect your phone with the mobile data using, sorry, connect your phone with the system using data cable, and that's it. And now we are gonna start working practically on React. Now open up your favorite IDE, and in my case I use WebStorm. And if you ask me for a suggestion, I will recommend WebStorm or Visual Studio Code. These are my favorite. Okay, and you can use whatever you prefer. I'm just suggesting WebStorm or Visual Studio Code. And remember one thing: Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code are both different. Okay, but you can use whatever you like. You can use Atom or anything else you can prefer. Just open up your favorite IDE, open the file, open. I have already opened my project. I am just teaching you how to open the project in your favorite IDE. Okay, uh, we installed it in the previous lecture, and its location was C. Okay, C, and come back to C, users, your system name, and here type in the project name. Our project name was project name. Here you can find it. Okay, and this window, I will open this in this window. Okay, and here I have app.js file. This is the main file where I will start working initially. Okay, and before working practically on React Native, I have to install the node modules. And in order to install the node modules, just open the terminal of your favorite IDE and type in npm install and press enter, and this command will install the node modules for this project. And remember guys, node modules are installed according to the system. So whenever you are working in team, and mostly people use GitHub to push their codes on, so everyone can fetch the code from GitHub. Always remember to delete the node modules before pushing the code to the GitHub. Okay, the reason is, when other person downloads the code or fetch the code from GitHub, the node modules are being installed according to your system, and the other person may feel difficulty in running the project, and it may get crashed or may get a lot of errors because of node modules. And it's very difficult to understand the error because node modules are something like weird, so just delete the node modules before you push the code to GitHub, because node modules are installed according to your system requirements, according to your system. And once node modules gets installed, we will start working practically on React Native. And before working practically on React Native, we have to create a best structure for a project. How professional React Native developers creates a best structure for a project, and we will see it shortly. And the best approach to write a best project is to create separate files for each functionalities. Like if I'm gonna write CSS to design my React Native app, I will create a separate file, and I will name it like styles.js. Okay, and we will be using images or logos or icons for our project. So I will create a folder which I will name assets or whatever you can like, but assets is the standard for images directory. Okay, and here you can see node modules are installed. Okay, minimize this terminal. uh, I think it is not installed. Yes, okay, sorry, it took time. Node modules are installed, and now as I mentioned, we have to make separate files for each functionality and some folders for the images like icons, logos. So first of all, what I have to do is create a new directory or a folder and name it as assets. Okay, and in this folder we will keep our all the logos and icons and images which we will be using. Okay, and we will also use some CSS to design our apps. So I will create another file, and I will name it as styles.js, and in this file I will write all the CSS of my code. Okay, now this is the by default code which React Native provides us. Okay, so all you have to do is just connect your mobile phone using data cable with your system, and then we will see how to run this project. Okay, so guys, now open the terminal Okay, and to run the React Native project, we have to write the command as react native space run and Android. Okay, hit enter, and what it will do, it will just simply open the app in our mobile phone, and it will run this code which is by default from React Native. And this is a console of our React Native project, and I will teach you how to use it perfectly in the upcoming video, that I will show you each and everything. But now just focus on starting the React Native project in our mobile. You can see it is initializing, and after it is initialized, it will open the app in our mobile phone, and we will see this code which is written and which is rendered in the render method. Okay, and then we will start working on our own app. I will teach you how to design a login system in React Native using Firebase, and I will teach you how to use Redux and actions, dispatchers, stores and reducers in Redux. I will teach you each and everything that a professional React Native developer should know to get a good job in React Native, or as a freelancer, or you can get a remote job in React Native. I will teach you each and everything a professional React Native developer should know. And here you can see, this is the code. This is this code. Wait, this code which we have written in the render method. Okay, return. It is returning this code. This is by default from React Native. Okay, so that's all. So in the next video we will be working on a login system in React Native, and we will design a few screens. So make sure to subscribe this channel. That's how you will be notified whenever we upload a new video. So by that time, take care.